just go. The hardest part about any of this in the mindset is just doing it, starting it, doing it over and over and over again. Being uncomfortable has to be your new norm if you want to succeed in anything in life. Once you do it over and over and over and over again, putting yourself in uncomfortable situations, doing shit that sucks every single day, it becomes like breathing.
I put on for my soldiers, though they had to swear me in. Young, humble motherfucker, but my hustle arrogant. Got it all off the muscle like I'm Dan Bilzerian. Make this trap great again. I'm a proud American.
Welcome back to Life, Liberty, and Real Talk. Today we're going to talk about why most people just aren't successful, why most people don't hit their goals, why most people just go through life stagnant and constantly wish they were further than they are but aren't. If you like the show, go ahead, give us a follow on Twitter, Instagram, like us on Facebook, Life Liberty RT. But yeah, other than that, let's get this moving. Today, what I want to talk about is really just break down why are things in your life not progressing. I want to start with this question. What do you do to make yourself uncomfortable and get out of your comfort zone? What do you do? For the vast majority of people, that answer is nothing. We as humans tend to not like being uncomfortable because, hey, it's uncomfortable. We kind of live our entire lives striving for the opposite, striving for comfort. But my question to you is why? Why are we doing this to ourselves? And I say that because no one, and I mean no one, grows in anything, whether it be health, sports, mind, success in business, whatever. Nobody grows by being comfortable. It doesn't work that way. You have to experience that awful feeling of discomfort. And that's why most people don't grow. Most people don't grow because they gravitate towards comfort. But why is that? Why are we doing that to ourselves? Life is finite. And in order to fully live life, you have to take risks. At the end of your life, do you want to be sitting there doing an audit of all the things that you should have done, all the things that you could have done, all the success stories you could have had? Or do you want to be sitting there at the end of your life and being like, you know what, I had a pretty good life. I accomplished, a lot of the things I wanted to accomplish and just regret the little things? Which side of the coin do you want to be on when the maker calls your name? One of the biggest fears in my life personally is being on my deathbed and regretting something. That's what drives most of my life. It's being on my deathbed and saying, I regret XYZ. I should have done XYZ. Like, that is one of the driving forces in my life. I don't want regrets. And what you got to learn to do is you have to start getting comfortable being uncomfortable. Now that can be really hard. It can be really hard because we as humans, we don't want to do uncomfortable things. We don't want to put ourselves in uncomfortable situations. We're fine just being right where we are. So how do we go about doing this? I mean, it's not easy, but it's very simple. I mean, it truly is very simple. You have to find your why. What do I mean by that? Find your why in life. Find your reason for doing what you're doing. Like, why the fuck don't you want to be in better shape? Why the fuck don't you want to be a better student? Why the fuck don't you want to be more successful? Be a better girlfriend or boyfriend? The list goes on and on and on and on and on and on. Maybe you can't find your why because you have zero ambition. Maybe you're too focused on being comfortable in life. But the truth hurts until you snap the fuck out of that mindset, you're never going to grow. You're never going to grow. You're never going to grow as a person. You're never going to get better at whatever it is you're doing. You may not be the smartest person. I'm not the smartest person. You may not be the healthiest or the most athletic. You may not be X. You may not be Y. You might not fill in the blank, but you don't have to be some special person to succeed in life. You just have to have a special brain, a special mindset. We're all so scared of failure. Stop being scared of failure. People set these small, attainable goals so they can meet them and feel really good about themselves and they aren't going to fail. No, that is not helping anybody. Set your goals high enough and you're going to fail a lot. But guess what? That failure should drive you and make you want to do it again and again and again and again and again until you master whatever the hell it is you're doing. And B, even if you fail to hit that bigger goal, we've talked about this in prior episodes, you're still probably going to be further along than the goal that you once had. When you almost, in order to get this mindset, it's a process. Obviously you can't just jump in and just start doing uncomfortable stuff every 37 times a day and force your mind to just do it. But, when you work out, when you do manual labor, let's say you're doing pull-ups or let's say you're shoveling, what happens to your hands over time? They get calloused, right? I have some calluses on my hands, and when you first start doing pull-ups, maybe you can only do one, maybe you can't do any, but you work at it, your hands get calloused, your hands get more comfortable, you can do more, your muscles learn and learn and learn, and then it becomes easier. Same thing with this. Your hands become stronger for being calloused. You need to callous your brain by consistently doing things that you don't want to do. That's how you build mental toughness right there. Simple as that. There's no trick for mental toughness. It's very simple. Do things you don't want to do. That's it. That's all. Do things you don't want to do. Hate working out? Same. When I first started working out, I'd rather sit on the couch with a 2-liter of Mountain Dew, bag of chips. But where does that get you? You want to know how to train your brain? Do shit that sucks. Do shit that sucks every day. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. When you constantly push yourself, you hunger. It becomes a hunger to be uncomfortable. We all have that voice in the back of our minds, the complacency voice, like a mother who doesn't care how good you are, loves you unconditionally, no matter what. Everybody has that voice over here. And over here, we have the other voice. And that voice is more honest, but people ignore it. That's the one that says, hey, man, you're not doing shit. You're not doing shit. But we try our best to ignore that voice. We want this nice mommy coddling voice. Oh, I love you regardless of what you do. Even if you're just sitting on the couch doing nothing, you could be doing 10 million other things, but you're watching Netflix with a pint of ice cream in your lap. We like that voice. It's fun. It's nice. It's comforting. We don't like this voice. We don't like the voice that's like, hey, motherfucker, get off your ass and go do shit. We don't like it. But you have to take that first step, listen to that voice, and let it motivate you. Now, I'm not saying to put yourself down. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is listen to the truth. You know whether or not you're doing what you need to be doing. Everybody does. But it's so easy to just listen to this voice over here and just lay down and, you know what, I'm going to take a lazy day today. You can't let that happen. You got to start listening to this voice. Listen to the truth. You know when you're not doing what you need to be. Let me ask you this. Can you look at yourself in the mirror and confidently say you've done everything in your power to get better in the last 1,000 days, in the last year, in the last month, even in the last week? I know I can't. I know you can't either. So be honest. Listen to the truth. The truth is you can always improve in anything. I can confidently say, that over the last year, I've done so much more to improve myself and my life than 99.99999 repeating percent of people on this planet. But to me, that's not enough. I am only comfortable when I'm in a state of growth. And in order to grow, you got to be uncomfortable. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. If you're asking, how do you do that? I don't know how to do it. You know how. It's not magic. It comes back to a very simple mindset of just fucking do it. It's like breathing. It'll become like breathing. Breathing becomes natural. You don't know you're doing it. That's how you have to live your life. You just do. When your mind says no, when that alarm clock goes off at 5 a.m. and you have to force yourself to say, nope, this is what we're doing today. We're getting up. You think I want to get out of bed at 5 every morning? Fuck no. I don't want to get out of bed at 5 every morning, but I force myself to get the fuck out of bed and go work out and better myself. On days that I don't win the battle with my bitch voice, that's what it is. It's your bitch voice telling, oh, no, I don't want to do that today. I'm going to rather sleep in. When I don't win the battle with my bitch voice and I stay in bed, which isn't very often, I hate myself. I feel disgusting. I feel terrible. I feel like I failed until the next morning. And I use that as motivation to get up the next morning and tell my body, nope, we're doing this. We're getting up. We're going to go work out before work. We're going to better ourselves. To get to where you want to be, the amount of pain involved is a lot. Like it's not easy to succeed. If it was, everybody in this world would be successful. It's not easy to succeed. It takes mental toughness. It takes dedication. You just got to be on the grind all day, every single day. But there are going to be more times you don't want to do something than things you want to do. But in order to experience and reach your goals and your potential, doing things you don't want to do has to be your new norm. That has to be your new norm. Get up at the ass crack of dawn. If you are somebody that sleeps in all the time, do that for 2 weeks. See how you feel. If you're somebody who pushes off homework all the time, just get it done. If you're somebody that doesn't go work out and you keep telling yourself you're going to and you need to, just go. The hardest part about any of this in the mindset is just doing it, starting it, doing it over and over and over again. Being uncomfortable has to be your new norm if you want to succeed in anything in life. Once you do it over and over and over and over again, putting yourself in uncomfortable situations, doing shit that sucks every single day, it becomes like breathing. You almost need to feel uncomfortable to be comfortable with yourself. Put yourself on the hot seat. Be honest. We all know what we could be doing. We all know we could be doing a million things to get better, but we don't want to. Get rid of that mindset. Be comfortable being uncomfortable. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. I'm a lazy bitch. I mean, for my entire life, like I was 230 pounds on the brink of being fat for probably what would have been the rest of my life. I ate whatever I wanted. Didn't really work out. I played sports, but I liked the comfortability of just Oh yeah, today I'm gonna have a Snickers bar, you know. Today I'm gonna eat some ice cream. I'm gonna get home from school. I'm gonna have some chocolate, you know. I'm gonna eat a pizza for lunch every day. I'm not gonna eat healthy because it's comfortable. It feels good. It tastes good. You feel warm and fuzzy inside. But now I'm sitting at about 195 pounds, 8 to 10% body fat, and I would never again in my life feel comfortable with myself if I gained back that weight because I got comfortable being uncomfortable. That's the biggest thing in life is you're not going to grow. You're not going to grow in health. You're not going to grow in business. You're not going to grow in school. You're not going to grow in your relationship. You're not going to grow. Fill in the fucking blank. You're not going to grow if you don't put yourself in situations where you're doing shit that you don't want to do. Because when you consistently do shit you don't want to do, guess what? It becomes your new norm and you do it. And when you're doing that day in and day out, I guarantee you will see progress in your life. Set your goals high. Don't set little bitch goals with, oh, well, then I'll feel good when I make my goal, but I'm going to make it really easy. And then half the time you fail anyway. Set your goals high. Motivate yourself to just get up, do it. If you don't hit your goal, fine. Failure is not a bad thing. Failure should motivate you to keep going day in and day out until you reach your goal. You might never reach that goal. You know, some of my goals in life for the next 10 years, I, I might never even reach even remotely. But here's the thing. I do shit every day to step out of my comfort zone. I do shit that sucks that I know is going to progress my life. And I'm going to be a whole hell of a lot closer to that goal than I would have been. I'm going to be a whole hell of a lot closer to that goal than 9 out of 10 people who are having the same goal, but being complacent little bitches who don't want to just do it. Just do it. If you continually force yourself to do shit that sucks, eventually it becomes second nature. Eventually it becomes a mindset of, nope, I just got to do it. This is what we're doing now. Look at David Goggins. He was a Navy SEAL, and he before he became a Navy SEAL, he didn't like water. And he tells this story about how, when he was first training for buds, he would go to the pool in the mornings and he would dip his toe in the water and see if it was too cold, gauge the temperature of the water. And what so many people do in life is just that, and psychs themselves out. They just, oh, I'm going to dip my toe in the water in whatever I'm doing. And, oh no, it's too cold. I tried it, but I don't want to do it. I want to go back to my comfort zone on my couch watching Netflix. You know what he figured out? As soon as he got there, if he would just jump in and just start and just tell his body, this is what we're doing now, it got better. Eventually, guess what? He became one of the best, well-known Navy SEALs of our lives, and he's an absolute badass. He's a machine. The man trained himself to do shit that sucks every single day, get out of his comfort zone, and guess what? He achieved all of his goals and more. And now he sets higher goals, higher goals, higher goals every time. He wasn't the smartest guy in the world. He used to say, I was watching a talk with him a while back, and he mentioned that he doesn't learn very well. He's not a very smart individual. And he said he got this giant dive manual before going to SEALs training. And he was never good in school, wasn't a great learner, wasn't a great studier. He got this book 18 months before he went to Buds, 18 months, because he knew it would probably take him that long. And you know what he did? He wrote down every page of that book 10 times. And when he was taking the test at Buds for dive school, he had written it down so many times, each individual page. Took him 18 months, but every time a question would pop up, he would go, oh, I remember writing that down. That's on page 72. And he'd know the answer. You know, he had to force himself to grind for 18 months to study for one test. One test. You know, most of us were a little bit more gifted than he is, and you wouldn't necessarily have to study for 18 months for one test. If he can do that and he's willing to train his brain to write down every page of a training manual this thick, every page, 10 fucking times or more until it was so ingrained in his brain that he was not going to fail. If somebody can do that, your mind is way more capable than you think it is. You are not using it correctly. You're listening to the voice over here that says, oh, I love you no matter who you are. Start listening to the truth. You know whether or not you're doing what needs to be done to achieve whatever it is you want in life. Just do it. Get comfortable being uncomfortable, and I promise you, it'll change your life. Promise you that. We're going to wrap up with that, but listen, this stuff isn't rocket science. You know, everything I preach is not rocket science. Everything I preach is fairly simple, but it takes just some dedicated time. It takes a better mindset. You just got to do it. You just got to do it. And if you don't, that's fine. But don't complain to me when 10 years down the road, you're sitting in the same spot you were now. If you're not consistently getting comfortable, being uncomfortable, and pushing yourself, you're never going to grow in life. I do everything I can every single day to push myself, get uncomfortable, and grow. Could I do more? Always. Do I do more every single day? No. Some days are better than others. But for the majority of the days, I'm grinding. I'm doing shit that sucks that I know will better me as a person, better me in my fitness journey, better me at work, better me in my relationships, in everything. Do shit that sucks. Get comfortable being uncomfortable.